Exercise for a Purpose for Kids lesson. 1 Corinthians 12:28 and Romans 12:6 tell us about various roles and gifts. The Bible describes apostles and prophets and teachers and helpers and administrators and givers and counselors and leaders and musicians and praisers and many other roles. Most of these roles correspond with traits. For example, someone who is not patient might have a hard time being a teacher. Someone who is stingy would have a hard time being a giver. Different traits match different roles. Some roles need multiple traits. Leadership roles need many of these traits combined. If you find that you fit multiple traits, it is very likely that God is preparing you for a leadership role. Now, we're going to have you name some people, but don't name grandma after every one of these, okay? All right. Name someone you know, besides grandma, name someone you know who has these positive traits.
Do you know someone who is loving? How do you know they are? Are you loving?
Do you know someone who is joyful? How do you know they are? Do you remember when they showed you how joyful they were? Are you joyful?
Do you know someone who is peaceful? How do you know they are? Are you peaceful? Do you remember a time feeling very peaceful?
Do you know someone who is patient with you? Are you patient with others? What about that one family member? Can you be more patient?
Do you know someone who is kind all the time? What have they done that is kind to you? Are you kind even to people who may not act very friendly?
Do you know someone who is good? How do you know they are good? Are you good? Are you doing your best to make decisions that are good?
Do you know someone who is consistent and faithful? How do you know you can depend on them? Are you consistent no matter what?
Do you know someone who is gentle? Have you seen them show a gentle spirit, being careful not to hurt others? Are you gentle?
Do you know someone who is self-controlled and disciplined? How do you know they are? Are you?
Do you know someone who is humble? Someone who quietly helps without showing off. Are you humble?
Do you know someone who is hungry for God, always seeking God and His guidance? Are you?
Do you know someone who is obedient and pure in heart, has a clean conscience, and trusts in God? Is that you?
Do you know someone who is a charitable giver, who helps others without expecting anything in return? Are you a giver?
Think about these traits and how you can improve them in yourselves. Remember, class, God may be preparing you for leadership in His kingdom.
Amen. And parents, please share this video with other parents.
Like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell.